We're joined now by longtime Asia correspondent Holly Williams of our British partner Sky News. She's covering the story, and she joins us now from Beijing. Holly, what's the state of play right now?
Well, we understand that Chen Guangcheng is still in hospital here in Beijing. He's being treated for some kind of a stomach complaint. Late in the day here in China, one of his friends, a woman named Zheng Jinyan, spoke to him over the phone and then started tweeting. And she said that Mr. Chen had told her that he had been forced to leave the US embassy because Chinese officials had told him that if he didn't, his wife would be returned to their village where she would be beaten, persecuted, and he apparently feared for her life. What this does is raise one very big question, and that's the extent to which the Chinese authorities can be relied upon to live up to these guarantees that they've made about Chen Guangcheng's safety going forward.
Tell me, what is it that Chen did in his human rights work that made the Chinese government so angry with him?
Well, Chen Guangcheng is really an extraordinary figure. He is a self-taught lawyer who has consistently stood up for the human rights of other people here in China. Back in 2005, he exposed how thousands of people in his province of Shandong had been forced to undergo abortions and forced to undergo surgical sterilization. And that's because local officials were being somewhat overzealous in their implementation of China's one-child policy.
Now that Chen is in this Chinese hospital, he is beyond the protection of the U.S. government and the U.S. embassy. What happens next?
Well, we simply don't know, but we don't know what the intentions of the Chinese regime are. I think one thing is clear. This is a very public embarrassment for the Chinese regime. They don't like this kind of thing. They see it as foreign interference in their internal affairs, and they certainly don't like it being played out in front of the world's media.
When he escaped last week, Chen had already served his time in prison, but that didn't keep the Chinese from putting him under house arrest anyway, surrounded by police officers 24/7. Last week, the blind Mr. Chen slipped out during his guard shift change, climbed over a wall, and met a supporter who drove him to the U.S. Embassy.